What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be doing a breakdown of my FNCS week 1 and kind of do a walkthrough and explain exactly what I was thinking throughout each of the sessions. I'm also going to be giving my opinion on the current meta, the map, other teams competing, and also expectations for myself going into the next week. So make sure you guys watch until the end, as throughout the video, I'll be giving out advice that you guys can use if you plan on playing in future FNCSs. Thanks. With the first session here, we have session 1, which is open qualifiers. So if we go to the tournament details here, all you need to qualify through this first session is be one of the top 2,000 teams on NA or EU, or one of the top 1,000 duos from Asia, Brazil, Middle East, or OCE. I got 43rd, just an average placement. All we wanted was enough to qualify. We're gonna check out the first game here and kind of explain what you guys should be doing, where you can land, just different things to maximize your points in this first game, as it is one of the most important in this open round qualifier. So here we go, off spawn, we picked up a few guns. We just decided to land Grim Gate, and a lot of these teams in this first lobby are not going to be the best. So you are able to, 9 times out of 10, just run at these players and wipe them pretty quick. So as you can see there, Aviv put in some good damage. We ended up wiping that squad very fast. We really are just running at a lot of these teams. You see me here running away as a solo to take this guy out, and Aviv's over here in a 2v1. So we're splitting up very hard in these fights. We know that these players are not some of the best. We actually almost ended up dying in this fight. I actually think I did die and end up getting rebooted. In this first lobby, you do not want to be having to get rebooted. This just slows you down. This takes away time from being able to get eliminations. So we just run around, we're wiping these teams quick, try to end these fights as quick as possible with using the least amount of resources, getting knocked, rebooted. I know it's very easy to say, but this meta with these nitros, you can get very skilled at just running into walls and taking teams out instantly. So I advise you practice that. And by this time, there are 11 other teams left. We have 22 kills. Aviv has 16. He's going on a roll here. Steal that kill. We take this guy out as well. There's not too much to say. You can't be like Iron Man Leon 2013 here and just hide behind a rock. Well, maybe you can actually, because I don't think we ever ended up finding him. If you guys want to live, this is how you got to play. Like Iron Man Leon 2013. This guy's 11 years old and he just outsmarted Aviv and I. Watch out for this guy in the upcoming years. Actually, he's 11 years old and he's competing in FNC. Okay. Nah, we'll ignore it. We'll let Iron Man Leon play. He's got it. He's good. But anyways, we just run around. We use a lot of the natural mobility, the rifts, and taking out some of these teams right here. Yeah, honestly, not too much to say on this. A lot of this is going to come from your creative fighting and just your in-game fighting, playing arena, ranked, getting better at these 2v2 team scenarios, especially with nitros. They're very important to learn. Trying to always press fights from 2 different angles when starting off is very important as well. You see Aviv coming here from the top. They see me coming in from the bottom, so they're going to try to exit. And Aviv's just going to catch one right here. I'm going to catch my own guy in a fight. We're going to take him out. And within seconds, we take out the other. Aviv goes over here to try to take out these guys, and he does not realize that he's in zone, takes so much damage, tries to pop a med kit, knocks one, but then ends up getting taken out. I'm left as a solo. So you run in here, trying to take on a 2v1. Get both these guys weak. This guy's got my skin. Shout out to him. Shout out to Rami. But we're going to have to take him out. Now there's 3 teams total, all solos, and actually Iron Man Leon. Look at him right here. He tried sneaking in. Iron Man Leon, we took him out. I didn't even realize that was him. Now it's a 1v1 situation. We're gonna find this guy. He's over here. We're just gonna win our 1. Just like that. There we go, game 1 win. That's probably one of the most important games in this open session. Most importantly, it's gonna come down to this first W key game every time. You're gonna get around half of your points to qualify from that game itself. Really learning how to maximize the amount of kills you get in this game and making sure you get the win is really important. So honestly, just for all FNCS formats, I just suggest you get really good at fighting, or at least try to learn how to end some fights quickly. You just gotta be confident. You gotta learn how to fight. You gotta sit in creative, play box fights, just do everything, aim training. You're just gonna have to grind. That's really the only thing I can say about this first session. So, okay, this next session here, this is kind of similar to opens. You know, you're still in that lobby. There's not the best of players. As you can see right here, we struggled to get our W key game for a really long time in this session, but we ended up having a lot of high elimination games. I'm gonna dive into obviously our highest kill win, our 38 kill win. And we're gonna be landing at Classy Courts. This is our main POI. We really like landing at this drop. You know, it has good metal, good loot. I don't wanna suggest you guys land here, obviously, because I land here. We like utilizing these rings. Pretty much the best strategy here, what you can do with them, you pop the fizz and then you hit the ring and it sends you super far and you just slide jump. So right here, I ended up hitting it, get behind this guy, and we end up taking him out. We're playing this a little bit different from the first round in the open qualifiers. We kind of have a more set path of the way that we're W keying. So we go from our main drop spot over to these rings where we hit our fizz, try to fight lavish, try to fight anywhere, you know, anybody in this vicinity. And then from here, we work south, hit this ring and check out restored reels. If there's nothing there, we hit it again and we try to go down to the medallions. So right here, this is a technique we're using where Aviv's gonna build up and I'm gonna drop down and try to chop the fight to bait them. So I end up full piecing this guy, we take him out, and the other guy's on us. 1 HP due to Aviv, and he's running at me with those nitros. Those nitros are crazy. We end up reloading and we take him out. Gonna rift. Using rifts in W key lobbies is really good too. You can get around the map so quick. I'm gonna check out if there's a team here. No team. And I end up seeing these guys through the wall. Viv runs in, instantly breaking walls with the nitros. Really good strategy. I'm gonna end up hitting this guy to 1 HP. Taking him out. Come up this hill. We're gonna fight this team. 100. And the other player ends up running. We started fighting on this more dead side of zone. That's really the best way to do it. You don't necessarily want to have to come down here and fight teams on this side, because if you're doing this, the whole lobby is just going to shoot you. You're just going to get beamed, you're going to take so much damage, probably not even get the eliminations. Whereas back here, we're getting kind of isolated fights. I ramp up here, just absolutely fry this guy with SMG. I'm gonna run back on this side of zone. See how we're trying to take these isolated fights? We try to single out players instead of just running into the middle of zone, getting sprayed at by the whole lobby. And a lot of time, the players in these lobbies are gonna be scared to open their walls and even shoot at you if they see you playing like this, because they know you're just gonna run at them afterwards. Like this guy right here, they try shooting Aviv, I just run over, instantly pump him in the head. This guy 100, full box. Take him out. But yeah, we always do try to go up to fight height on this half zone, especially in these open lobbies, just because they're usually not that aware and, you know, they're not really expecting you to ramp up and fight them. So we do so anyways. Honestly, my best suggestion to players that don't want to get W keyed or just, you know, fault like this in these types of games, I mean, probably just don't go for height, or try to single out the teams that are playing like this. Like if you're a good team in this lobby, try to analyze who the players are that are doing this, and on a moving zone, try to catch them when they're, you know, not being fully aware of you guys, and make sure you play as a duo and just make a very, you know, unique play on them. Like if there was a duo that made a very smart play on me in any of these times within this end game, they probably would have taken me out. But as you see, I'm just fighting solo after solo after solo. Nobody's really on the same page in these fights. Like this guy hit 87 white and his teammates nowhere to be found. You know, his teammates up fighting Aviv. If that guy was there with him, probably could have taken me out, you know? But right there, I mean, that's a huge win. That's a 38 kill win. That was a great game from us, showing the medallions, showing, you know, how we were utilizing keying on dead side in the later zones, and, you know, just overall playing a good end game. Make sure you get good at your fighting for these first 2 rounds, and then when it comes to this 3rd round here, you still do need to W key, but not as much. It's really only for the first game. So this is actually the round we won. This is the 3rd round. We had 9 matches played, 4 victory royales, 328 elim points, and elim points in this are 2 a kill. So we pretty much played this flawlessly. We played this really well. It's very important to just play confident in these lobbies and still W key, and always remember, like, these teams are gonna be nervous. Like, the people you're going against are going to be nervous. If you learn how to get very good at applying pressure in fights, you're usually just gonna win the fight. We try to go over to Lavish. If we see nobody, we hit these nitros. We run up here, we check out this house. Other times we will hit those rings and we will come down to this part right here. There's usually teams farming metal on these walls every single time. As we run into zone, we find another team over here on this side. And like I said, a lot of these teams are nervous. They're scared. They instantly run. You shoot them with your SMG a few times after putting some ramps up, and this is how they're going to play. You get good at doing this, and you're going to get a lot of very free kills. Just like this, take him out. His teammate's nowhere to be found. He ran away. Look at this. His teammate's gone. That's a free kill right there. And look how much loot we just got off that. Just from putting a few ramps up and shooting our SMG at them and looking confident. That's all that did. As they're running and still trying to heal, we take this team out. So now this is where you need to be careful, because this is where over W King can get you killed, especially in these later compact zones where everybody can see you. You need to be very smart about it. I would recommend you guys not even fighting in these points unless you literally need a refresh. So this is first moving. Height team looks established. Aviv and I are just here on a mid-ground layer. Our idea here is to flank height. So we pop max heals. I pop some of my fizz and we just ramp up behind them. As you see here, we go up. Not sure this team was even aware of it. Look at him. I think this guy might have known. There's no way he doesn't. Yeah, he did know. He called it. So this guy, he's being aware. But we have the coin at this point, and this coin is so OP that I'm able to just jump behind them super high and get up like that. End up taking height. Aviv goes down. He kills actually the height player while I stay up in fortified high ground. And from this point on, we just spray. We just sit up here, we spray. We build metal tarps out so people can't chop us. From here on out, we just sit on top, we spray, and it's looking like a game win. There it is. It's a game win. So that really sums up round 3. I mean, you guys can play that round a little bit more passive, play dead size, go on edges of zone, and just try to play consistent with a good end game strategy. But now we're going to get into the final week. Got Clicks and Vino with the win. 3 very good wins coming out from them. This is definitely something to VOD review. They had a 4-kill win, 5-kill win, and 6-kill win, meaning didn't even require that many refreshes, compared to Aviv and I's 2 pop-off games, 11-kill win, 11-kill second. So what I'd like to do, I'd like to hop into one game that was bad to just show you guys, and I'm gonna hop into one game that was good and kind of break it down. We are uncontested at Classy Courts. We farm up some materials, we get some loot, our mats, and we ran over here to get some early surge on this team. Now these guys actually ended up frying us. They hit Aviv and I way more than we even hit them. I didn't even hit this team at all. So we're gonna run back into Classy and we're gonna use some extra heals and just try to regroup and reset. The way we play, we don't think too much about going center zone unless you obviously have a lot of surge, but we don't really have the opportunity to have tons of surge in this position. So we end up playing the edges a lot, trying to watch these teams that come in on the sides, try to just look at all the people around us and get our damage up. From right here, we get another great zone pull up into the north. This north side is still going to be the dead side area. And if you guys did notice, there is a rift island that spawns. So I'm thinking right here, okay, let's just establish position on this northeast side of zone. Let's get some tags and then let's play on one of the rifts like this. And on the next zone, we'll rift in. So Aviv's out here refarming mats, comes back. He's looking for damage on these teams. He's in the open. As he's coming back to the box, this team uses the ring. So they fizz ring and they land perfectly on Aviv, pretty much instantly killing him. Not too much you can do there besides just don't play in a position like that. I guess don't be in the open near rings like that, or be aware of the rings, or just play in a more elevated spot like this. That pretty much is what happens there. I end up hitting the rift, floating around, and once you're this late in the game, the only option you really have is to instantly try to reboot. I reboot Aviv, and from here, our call is to rift into the next zone, drop loot, split loot, pop a med kit on this, and we rift in. So we're rifting in late. This is very risky. I mean, Aviv probably should have died here. We're diving into congested side too, as you see. Everyone's coming in from this top. Kind of just try to land wherever you can, right? The idea when in the air here is land on a team that's fighting on this backside, or just land in a safe spot and try to live for the next zone and then get a kill there. The best way to do it is to slowly, I think, work yourself in, listen to people that are shooting, listen to teams that are shooting, and from there try to go and jump in with the nitros especially. So we're waiting here. We see this team go up. I missed both those shots. Now let's see. I would have got 800 mats, 2 fizzes to a guy that was dying to surge. Instead, let's see where he decides to give his loot to. To the back zone berry. So if I would have hit that shot right there, that game actually would have turned around. So I'm going to take the blame on that one. That's my bad. In those very intense situations, clutch moments where you just need to make one play, you can't afford to miss shots or do things like that. That's pretty much that. We are going to hop into a game that we did good. We kind of just pulled zones and ended up playing height. I mean, we'll just show you the win though, to be honest. Because a lot of you guys may be wondering how to play height, etc. So, all right. So very similarly to the first game I just showed, we are going to be uncon here at Classy Courts. Not many teams around us to look at as far as Surge goes. So we're going to speed this up a little. We're actually going to skip to our first engagement. So we actually decided to disengage from this and go more top side to look for damage because they were sitting in a box. But then they decided to key us. And when they decided to key us, this is when Aviv and I were like, okay, let's fight back because this is, why are we getting keyed? So we go up, this guy gets fried, and he actually ends up dying. Aviv takes him out, and this player tries to run away. I'm gonna pop a nitro, and usually when there's a solo in a lobby like this, you just wanna find them. So he's trying to hide in a corner, we run back, catch him lacking, get surge, get loot, there it all is. Perfect way to start off the top of this game. And from here on out, our mindset is we have early surge. Now we need to stay on the top side, dead side. We need to refarm our mats, and then we need to play position. So we kind of just jump around. We have our early game loot, we have our early surge, and we just go for a few AR tags from this point forward. From here, we play on the back side or the edge of a zone. We're not in here, so this team under us does assume actually that we rotated away. So I get Aviv up here. I'm like, come over, look at this guy. And we crack them, we dash on them. Aviv pops a nitro, and we cut them off and take them out. That's another kill. That's max surge, max loot. We do end up pulling the next zone. I'm just like, all right, let's just build up. We need a game win here. Let's see what we can do. So we build up to play it. I make a little pre-tarp here. We do pull the zone back, and from here it's a guarantee. If this zone were though to pull, let's say over here, I could have popped the nitro and just jumped across height and ran over, and Aviv could have dashed, and we could have literally just played height on the other side. So that's the perk of playing high ground in a game like this. You have a lot of options. So I like making this reinforced little metal tarp out, just showing people that we have high ground established. And yeah, zone pulls back, so we get a lot of good zone pulls here, to be honest. And another team, actually the same team from earlier, they try to go for it. We fend them off again, fight them, they drop down. Aviv ends up actually killing the one, so that pretty much establishes it from here. Once we get that kill this late into the game, we have so many mats compared to these other teams, and we can afford to just build up and play it. Yeah, honestly, shout out to this game. I mean, we played the earlier stages very well. We got our early surge, we got our resources, we got kills, and then going into endgame, we got some good zone pulls and got a win. We held off height really well when we were getting fought, and we did our tarps well. So that's just really how you can get a game win. The most important thing always in these lobbies is gonna be that surge. And yeah, once you get that, pretty much anything else is obtainable. You can kind of do whatever else. So Snacky goes for the full piece, it doesn't work, and we end up getting an 11 kill win. That's very good, and yeah, that's a game win in the FNCS final week. So I pretty much showed you guys good games from every single session from today. I hope you guys did learn a little bit, if anything, just from analyzing the gameplay. I know I kind of was yapping throughout the video and just talking about very similar things, but I hope you guys did enjoy a little bit of my insight. And if you guys obviously do have any questions, leave them down below in the comments, as I am open to answering them and also maybe even making a video out of them. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also turn on notifications if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.